How are you? Good
Can you
evening.
hear me? Can you hear me pretty well? Na feeling
I
DJ tayo.
just
Feeling
just
feeling
just fine.
DJ tayo ngayon. Kaya hindi pa rin ako sanay sa where do I look. But
Dito
anyway,
lang.
so look straight! Look straight!
Well, we're talking to each other, so we have to look at each other. So, it's
So you're
really
right
odd.
there. Ang cute talaga ni Rob. Oh, cute
No,
nga.
talaga naman. Mr. Tisoy Ganyan of Cheers Philippines.
Sige, game is to start.
Yes.
Anyway, um,
Good evening. Mhm.
good evening. Good evening, everyone. This is actually our first online experience, and we're very, very, very happy to have one of our road tripper. Like
Yes,
circa 2013, no? 2014 or
2013. 2013.
2013. So
Yes.
when we started out our random road trips in the Philippines, at
Mhm.
kasama namin kayo ba yung unang-una, Rob? Kayo ba yung unang-una?
No,
Oo.
no. Pero I think one of the first kasi that was still Tara Let's Go Asia.
Ay, tama. Kayo yung pangalawa, yung sumabak sa doon sa mga alon. I remember that.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yes.
Ay, grabe yun, grabe yun.
So I'll introduce Mr. Rob. Rob is actually one of our good friends, old friends. He was not yet married when I actually met him. Now he's married with 2 kids already.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Gusto nga, tanda na siya, mga kaibigan.
Una po.
Taken na yan, hindi na pwede kunin. But anyway, so he was one of the guys. Actually, she's a common friend. No, actually, nakilala ko lang siya through my best friend, which is Jeff.
Yes.
Office mate ba siya? I think you were office mates before, right?
Yes, that's correct. At our corporate office before. So I knew him from then. Before pa kayo nagkakilala. Kaya lang
Yes, mas nauna ka pala.
si Jeff. Hi Jeff, if you're watching. And Carl, I'm sorry Carl. Napagtawaan ko na asawa ko.
Napag-asawaan na. Ginamit na pala.
Joke lang.
Yeah. Anyway, we invited Rob to this online experience because we wanted to. One of the things that I learned during this pandemic is actually is creating content as much as you can, and then sharing your passion projects and whatever you're currently doing. So there's a lot of limitations that we're currently having, physical limitations. We can't go out. We can go out, but it's not as like before. No, we can't hug people as much, or we can't do on ground experiences. We can't do as much travel as we want because there's so many restrictions. So, and I thought this one way we can share and get connected to communities and to people is actually coming up with our own, little sharing of what happens to us during the day or our passion project that we're currently doing, that people get to know more about something that inspires us, so that perhaps others can get inspired as well. And Rob, actually, I remember last year we were discussing about the podcast, right? And doing podcasts.
That's true. Mhm.
And you were not even doing a radio show or online show at the time, right?
Not yet. Yeah. That's right.
So simula pa lang yung mga kwentuhan natin about. Tapos ngayon he has actually now a Jam Lemon Records, which actually creates or actually comes out every day, right? Tama, daily show siya, no?
Well, it's different from Jam Lemon Radio. It's actually Jam Lemon Radio. Jam Lemon Records is the record label, and Jam Lemon Radio is the radio station. Technically,
Wow.
a channel already, because it's not just radio, but we still call it radio just for the sake of the nostalgia.
No, okay, great. Pero how did it all start? I mean, when did you make it like what impressed me is actually that you were able to make it and consistently produce content every time. And the other question I have would be, how much did you spend a lot in doing this thing, or did you didn't spend anything at all? Yung mga ganun type. No?
It's a very, very good question, because first thing that will come up that people will ask is that, how much does this cost? Well, it cost me nothing, except for, of course, just the equipment that I already have, right? And the second is, of course, your internet connection. Well, a lot of people already have internet na eh. So
True.
you have a decent connection, then it's very doable for most people, right?
Rob, sorry segue no. Ang dami kaya tang fans.
Um,
May mga nagsasabi ng I love you, Rob.
I
Guys,
plan yan eh.
guys, taken na po si Rob, may asawa at 2 anak na po yan.
Actually, si Nick Sao, may asawa na rin yan, tsaka anak.
Nako, bawal yan.
Nick, hello. These are actually the guys who are regulars on Jam Lemon Radio.
Woohoo! Welcome to Experience Philippines.
If you're here, say hello. So hello, Franz. Hello, Lana. Franz, Lana, Rani Raccoon, Nick Sao. Yan, mga idol.
Daming fans club
It's a community, really. It's a community. And that's what's great about it.
Hindi ako seloso daw.
Diba? Sabi ko nga, sa Feb 13 kami makikita kasi yan tayo sa mga kabit eh.
Yan na ba. Bago yung Feb 14, no? Teka na, balik tayo na-segue tuloy tayo hindi oras. Ulitin natin.
Alright, your first question was, how did we start? Right?
Yes, okay. How did you guys start?
Not intend Jam Lemon Radio at all. A friend asked me to help out. Right? He said we want to make live shows. Okay, we want to make online radio. Okay, then I helped them set up an online radio, which is actually a website. It's a free service called Zeno, ZENO.FM.
Okay.
And what it does is it you can also broadcast from that service, from that website. You can also broadcast your audio to Facebook, right? So when I set it up for him, eventually I thought maybe I can make my own too. So from all the material that I already had at the time, na lahat ng mga under Jam Lemon Records na mga songs, nilagay ko doon. Tinapon ko lahat dun sa Zeno.
Kailan yan? That was
March. This was actually just a week after the lockdown.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So we started from there, and then I thought, hey, why don't I invite other artists to send their songs, because unang-una kailangan dumami yung material namin, right? Because it's gonna be repetitive kapag pare-pareho lang yung mga pinapatugtog namin. So
correct.
You always need diversity, variety, and the other purpose of that is to give an avenue rather to other artists para mapakinggan yung music nila. And it just grew and grew and grew. Wow. And in fact, in the beginning, it was just audio only. For several months, audio lang talaga kami.
Like, where do you play them? You play them online, or do you just play them, or just where do you share them? How did people get to know them?
Dahil nga meron na kaming page sa Facebook na Jam Lemon Records, and guys, you can subscribe. It's facebook.com/Jam Lemon Records. So dahil meron na nga kaming page doon namin pinopromote. Tapos every time na may live broadcast kami, may Facebook Live.
But so at that time you just use Facebook Live.
Yes. So technically, this is how it happens. We have an online radio which is 24/7, right? Anytime at all, you can listen to Jam Lemon Radio. If you go to zeno.fm/Jam Lemon Records, even now, may tutugtog dun, because there's about 300 plus almost 400 na yata na songs na nakashuffle lang. Now, if there's a live broadcast on Facebook, we simulcast that on Zeno.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that's what happens.
Zeno is a free platform for artists?
Yes, not for artists. Zeno is technically an online radio station anyone can create, and it was intended for OFWs. Like for example, may mga bombo radyo na naka-Zeno. So, yung mga nasa abroad na mga Filipinos, mapapakinggan nila yon. And not just Filipinos, others.
So, meron ka rin parang number, like 99.5 RT, mga ganyan. Like,
No.
Wala.
No, because that's
Kunwari lang, gumawa ka na lang pangalan. Kumuha ka na lang.
that's only just on air. Yeah.
1,500 point. Ganun na.
69 point.
Yun ang mga
6.9.
favorite. Yun ang mga favorite mong position yata eh.
Nagiging ano. Ayan. Ayan, Franz corrected me. It was March 18. Yun yung first broadcast namin. Magwa
Wow.
1 year. Magwa 1 year
nga,
na. Little more than 1 month and ano na. Ayun. So that's how it started. And when I started this one, actually, I was solo. And I was so serious. It was kind of dull if you ask me. In hindsight, it was really dull. Kasi wala akong kabatuhan. Sometimes I would do, what do you call this, ambush interviews ng mga friends ko or other artists. Hey, that's oh, you're on air. Talaga ba? Ganun, magugulat na lang sila. Right? Pero eventually...
Parang biglaan na lang, no? Biglaan, parang kaladkarin din pala, no?
Exactly. And then later on, ayun na nga, si Project Spart and then Franz, tumulong na sila na maging regular hosts. And then now, yung pinaka co-host ko na talaga sa daily broadcasts and special programs, weekends, si Franz na. And then later on, what we did is we asked other people, other friends, artist friends na mag-ano na sila sarili nilang program. So we also have the Rani and Jani show. And in fact,
may ganun na. Wow, nag-evolve.
That's right.
Ang saya naman.
Yes. And in fact now we're actually scouting other online shows na ginagawa para pwede namin i-feature sa channel kung gusto nilang gusto nilang yung dun sila mag-broadcast sa Jam Lemon. So that's my goal for 2021.
How many artists do you actually have now?
Jam Lemon.
Yeah, Jam Lemon. Asking.
Jam Lemon has about more or less 20 artists, the label itself. But for Jam Lemon Radio, I can't actually count. I would probably say it's nearing 100.
Wow, talaga. I saw Herbie in one of your jammings nga eh.
Yes. So Herbie.
Ang kulit doon, sobrang kulit doon. Exciting yun. Anyway, okay, let's go back. So you started it out last March, and then it evolved. And how did it become like how did you start doing the OBS kind of thing, where you actually did like a show with Fran? And what kind of technology do you actually use? Or because you don't use Facebook Live, right? You just post it on. You basically just stream it on Facebook, but you have a different way of doing it.
That's right. Well,
there's limitation, eh.
Still Facebook Live. It's just that it's not direct. You basically use a stream output. So ang pang stream natin is OBS. That's a program, right?
Is it free?
That's a free software. That's correct. Free software. And mas marami kang magagawa doon. Para siyang studio talaga. Like if you watch a TV channel, sa mga programs nila, lahat magagawa mo doon. So the transition effects, the audio mixing, the overlays, everything is there. So it is what is used by I think about 99% of streamers na talaga na medyo professional. So it's really just research. There's a lot of how-tos online naman. So I kind of learned the ropes in probably a month, and then just change it every now and then para hindi siya nakakasawa.
Ang tanong ko lang is how did it during the pandemic you were doing this, and then until now you're still doing it, and you're consistently doing it. Actually, I think that's the operative word there. It's like consistently doing it. You never missed a day, if I'm not mistaken.
We do miss days.
We do miss days.
Yeah. Because like we always say, we are also artists that have to focus on the creation of our music. So minsan kapag tuloy-tuloy talaga yung namin, yung broadcasts namin, wala na kaming time para sa sarili namin. So sometimes we do pause, but not too long. Siguro matagal ng 3 days or 4 days, pero dapat in a week meron talagang broadcast.
Yes. Follow-up question on that. How did it help build your artist community? Like the people who follow you, the people who actually watch your show, and also how did you get basically building the whole recording community or the artist community or the
Artist,
musician community?
yeah, we'll call it the indie underground artists community.
Wow, ang lalim
Yes.
Indie underground.
Indie,
Indie na
yes.
Indie
In-
underground.
Indie kasi hindi nababayaran. Indie but, oh yeah. No,
Well,
independent.
lahat naman yata nagsimula sa lahat naman na yata nagsimula sa hindi binayaran ng pisala.
Well, yeah,
Pero darating rin naman darating ang panahon na timing lang yan.
Yes. That's correct. Yeah, but yun na nga, indie because they're independent and underground because it's not mainstream, right? Okay, so there was no community before. Okay. Of course, there are existing communities everywhere that you go. There's what we call it scene. So, ano yung scene sa Rizal? Ano yung scene sa Far Rizal? Anong scene sa Manila? Anong scene sa South Manila, sa QC? Iba-iba yung scene. Merong punk scene, merong metal scene, merong emo scene, merong pop rock, pop punk scene. Iba-iba yung scene. All right. So what happened with Jam Lemon Radio when it started out? We didn't actually expect it to grow this big that quick. It's just that it was, I think, inevitable. Kasi every now and then there are artists who submit their music, and then kapag tinutugtog na yun, syempre sasabihin namin we're gonna play this tonight or we're gonna play this on this day.
Yeah.
Pag nanood na sila dun, eventually makukuha nila yung energy and sort of mahuhook sila and babalik-balik na lang sila. Of course, may iba na nawawala din paminsan-minsan tapos babalik naman ulit. But the thing is, dahil sa continuous comments and especially because of the group chat that we've created on Facebook of all the artists and listeners, lahat magkakakilala na. I mean, halos lahat magkakakilala na. In fact, ang daming mga magkaka-close dyan na hindi pa nagkikita ever in person.
Oy, pwede yan. Pwedeng virtual virtual meetup na lang
Yes, of course, after the pandemic, there's after this all this shit, babalik naman yan. I mean, makikita-kita dyan. Pero what's good about the radio is this one. If you compare it to gigs, when you watch a gig, when you go to a gig, and you watch a band perform, mostly maingay yan eh. I mean, yung mga kausap mo, you can't really focus on the music, right? So, when you can't really focus on the music, ang daming distractions eh. You have the friends, here, it's sort of passive listening lang siya unless friends mo talaga yung tumutugtog, right? So, walang recall sa mga songs na tinutugtog ng mga bands. Now, compare it to playing those songs on the radio and then hearing it again and again from time to time. It's really gonna stick to your mind eh. So, when the time comes na bumalik na yung mga live gigs, ang dami ng sasabay sa mga kanta ng mga bands na to or solo artists.
Oh, that's true.
Yes.
Kasi may na-build na nila yung community nila prior
Yes.
to that eh.
May
Tsaka may following, tsaka wider yung reach kasi hindi ka na limited on a physical setup.
That's right.
Diba?
That's right.
I think that's the reason why I think that for me personally that's the reason why I wanted to come up with this how you can create your online internet show is precisely because the reach is a bit wider. I mean you can actually target not just the kasi diba pag physical on ground events ang target mo lang naman talaga pumasok sa loob ng pumasok dun sa loob ng nawala na yung flower dun sa harapan ko. May flower kanina pa ako nadidistract dun sa flower.
Let's say so to David who's controlling the
ang difference sa on ground is because limited yung room space. So yun nga kasya ka lang dun. Pero pag pag virtual like online, you have a wider reach and you can reach even outside of the Philippines and
that's true.
Filipinos na mahilig sa mga indie underground type of music. Excited na to makita, Rob.
Oo nga, may laway pa talaga, Nick, di ba? Alam mo,
Ay, hindi ako naniniwala sa mukha ni Nick eh.
pogi yan si Papa Nick, sinasabi ko sa'yo. Ano yan? Ano yan? Papa Ball. Yan.
Talaga. Anyway, sige, may game. Sige, ano pa? Ano pa yung, and actually, gusto ko malaman ngayon yung more on the community side. I think that's what I'm interested in because I think that's we have a point kanina na because of what you're currently doing when you do an on-ground experience, right, in an actual show, the live show that people can actually go and watch and talk to other people like physically. Prior to that, you're actually building already your fan base, di ba? So ngayon, mas madali na mag-sell ng tickets. I'm supposed madali na kung na-develop ka ng fan base, mas madali na mag-sell ng mga tickets ngayon. Pero yeah, paano mo siya ginawa? I mean, paano mo siya binild rin? Ano and the I think the challenges behind it as well.
Let me just go back. May sasabihin sana ako. Ay, hello, Jeng! Appear daw. Si Maring Jeng yun. Tapos si Fran sabi niya, laway ba talaga yan? Uy, kagi. Walang ganun. Okay. Ayun. Nakalimutan ko na yung sasabihin ko about yung I wanted to compare yung live experience nga sa gigs. I had one more thing earlier pero I forgot about it.
Sorry, madali mo distract.
No, that's fine. Yun. Sige, building the community. Okay. Let me just say this. Jam Lemon Records is a label. So it's kind of initially it was kind of what do you call this? Exclusive because I have a vision of what type of music it should present. It should house. So it has to have a representation of a certain type of music, right? So before I admit it, I was close-minded before, okay? Now, when Jam Lemon Radio came out, and ang dami nang dumarating ng mga iba't ibang artists and iba't ibang types of sounds, it helped me become more tolerant and more understanding and accepting of the different views, different perspectives when it comes to art and music. So what happened was Jam Lemon as a whole possessed this kind of inclusivity. Now when we say inclusivity, hindi siya strict, sobrang strict pagdating sa yun na nga, sa types of music or sa types of people, right? Truth is, kahit anong klaseng recording,
parang may iyak ka na yata.
Seriously, because the advocacy of my advocacy personally is to bring out the creativity of anyone at all. Kahit tingin mo wala kang kabahid-bahid ng creativity sa katawan mo, meron yan, tulungan ka nang ilabas. Just help yourself too. So what we do is we always tell people to submit their songs. Huwag silang matakot. Kahit gaano kadumi nun ng recording nila, kahit sa bahay mo lang na-record yan, we will play it. Yun lang yan. Okay. May kalalat yun lahat ng gawa mo. So because of that, I feel that the community is kind of mas sincere siya sa isa't isa. 'Di ba? Mas accepting eh. So I don't want to call it like a religion, pero sa akin kasi it's really nice when you're accepting and tolerant eh. Because that's where love begins.
Agree ako dyan. Tama naman yan. I think I mean in speaking in a more like in behalf of like Experience Philippines rin naman. I think that's how we do it as well, no? Na we are not exclusive but inclusive, meaning whatever preference you got, whether you are like this or like that, whether you like, I know everyone knows in the group that where I have ADHD and I really easily get distracted, and it's very hard to tolerate someone who easily gets distracted, but
Yeah.
people are more accepting about that. No, people are.
Mhm.
I mean, the friends that we made in Experience Philippines are very accepting about that as well.
Mm.
Sige, meron ka bang gustong i-share on how you can, let's talk about it on a more, on a technical side, how we can start, madami ka yatang fans, Rob.
Hindi. Wait, sino ba to? I don't know Fated Might. Ayan. Ayun, this is this is actually Fated Might is, what's her name again?
Si
The music
Christian.
that you're hearing right now is by Fated Might.
Yay!
Marshmallow type beat, okay? And it's on SoundCloud. So guys, look it up. It's Fated Might, MITE, Fated Might sa SoundCloud. Follow nyo lahat ng mga kalemons natin dyan. Follow nyo
Kalemon,
siya sa SoundCloud.
Kalemon talaga yung pangalan pala. Yung pala yung
Kalemon.
tawag sa mga tao. Hindi
Kalemon
pwede ka,
talaga.
hindi pwede ka jam, no? Kalemon na lang. Pangit ng ka-jam.
Yeah.
Mga
So,
asim yung
shoutout
mga, parang mga asim yung mga mukha siguro pag ganun.
Maasim pero masarap.
Francis
Nilaw-
to ba yun? Francis to ba yun? Masarap daw.
Lagyan mo lang ng tubig tsaka suka.
Wow,
Ayun.
naman. Baka
Touch
umiyak
naman
na.
ako dyan. Touch naman ako dyan, friends. Thank
baka
you.
Baka umiyak si ano niyan, si Rob dyan.
Oh,
Umiyak.
huwag niyo akong pahiyakin. Kasi sige yan lang umiiyak dito. Nakakagigil ang asim, sabi ni Nick.
Hey, sige, balik tayo. Ano ba yung ano? Ipakita mo nga. Like, I know this is like an intro lang on how to create your online show, and we have actually a part 2 of this. We'll discuss that later on. But if you have something to share to everyone who's watching right now and they're listening as well, so.
Okay, so firstly, when I started this, I already had these equipment that I use right now.
Okay.
So
like this one, galing inspired by Rob.
si Gian talagang bumili talaga siya. But it's not gonna break the back. Okay, so don't worry about it. We'll show you this
How
one.
much it? Yeah, sige, game. Excited na ako dyan.
We don't have the prices, but we can give the
Range.
ballpark, ballpark figures there. Okay, so okay, let's start with tada! These are condenser microphones. Okay,
Oh.
all right. So condenser microphone. What is the difference between the regular microphone is actually called a dynamic microphone. All right? Yung nakikita nyo sa mga sa mga stage na ginagamit, that's a dynamic microphone. So basically one lang yan. One what do you call this? One direction.
Okay.
So hindi one direction na banda ha. Okay. All right. So ang condenser microphone is malakas yung sagap niya. Okay? So, malakas yung sagap niya. So, mas buo yung boses mo. And kahit gumanon ako, I'm using a condenser microphone just like Gian is using one too. So, kahit nandito ako, kuha pa rin siya. Right? So, it's not unidirectional. So, may ano siya. Meron siyang sort of, what do you call that? Kung ano man tawag din.
Space?
Yan. Whatever. Usually, tinutulungan ako.
Energy! Meron siyang energy!
Ano siyang blob.
May aura.
So malakas ang sagap ng condenser microphone, and it's ideal because dapat mas buo yung boses mo when you're talking. So of course you can still use a dynamic microphone. It's just that you have to make sure that yung direction ng mouth mo is palaging
Pwede ba to? Yung mga ganito, yung mga, ang tawag doon, mga yung nakalapel.
We're actually gonna go to that later. Yeah.
Okay. Ay, inunahan ko na, sorry. Singit na.
Fine, that's fine. Okay. So, yes, any type of microphone is okay, but it's very advisable na you use a condenser microphone. So what you're seeing here are different types of condenser microphones. Pero itong mga nasa baba, usually ano yan para sa mga drums yan or other instruments sa band. Ganun.
Okay.
But yun yung mga itsura ng condenser microphone. It is when just take note that when you use a condenser microphone is actually hindi siya Hindi ganun ang, so you can see, hindi ganun. Ito yung dynamic microphone, nasa top ang pagsasalita mo. Dito talaga siya, isang direction lang talaga siya. That's why ganun ang mga itsura ng mga condenser microphones na ganyan, di ba? Nakita nyo? So, tapat ang pagsasalita dyan. Okay? Alright, and let's move to the other one. This is a Boya mobile condenser mic. There might be some people there who might want to, or because of limitation, they might want to use a mobile device instead of a laptop or a PC or a Mac. Sa mga Mac users dyan, sakit nyo sa ulo. Yan. Pwedeng Boya mobile condenser mic, it's specifically designed para sa mga mobile devices. Now, what you see there, yung parang fluffy na ano na yan, it's wind for wind resistance. So it's just like the foam that we have here. So if you can see that, that's the foam. Yan. So for wind resistance, kasi usually outdoors ang gumagamit ng mga mobile ng Boya. Alright? So yung lapel na ganyan, pwede rin yan. Yes, of course. It's just that you have to make sure na maganda talaga yung quality ng output ng voice mo. Alright? Because mas masarap pakinggan ang live video kapag yung audio mo is really good. So it's just like it's the same as listening to the radio or sa FM1 or AM or kahit sa TV, di ba?
Yeah,
Kaya yung Channel 7 kasi parang may talukbong ng tela yung ano nila. Anyway, all right. Next one. BM800. This is the one that we are currently using, kami ni Gian. This is the one that I was referring to na hindi mauubos ang pera mo, hindi masira yung budget mo. Because this is the budget condenser microphone that's very reliable for speech. In fact, I used this in a lot of recordings, actually. Sagutin muna natin si Aaron John. May noise cancelling features ba ang condenser mic? Actually, no. Ang noise cancelling features mo usually is nasa software. Like for example, when you use Zoom, yung Zoom. Oo, pa-Zoom tuloy ako. Ayan. Yung Zoom, meron kasi siyang suppression ng background noise.
Yep.
Or kapag sobrang lakas na, meron ganun. I am not familiar. Maybe there is one na condenser mic na meron, pero I haven't encountered one that has it, right? I do have another condenser mic which is a Behringer. I think it's C8. Meron siyang switch doon na -10 dB na para kapag masyadong maingay, pwede mo siyang ibawasan in an instant. Tapos meron din siyang three types of audio capture. Yung front lang, merong front and rear, tapos merong omnidirectional.
Pakiulit, what's that? What did you say? What is mic na yan? Anong pangalan ng mic?
It's called the Behringer C8. Tama ba? C8? Kasi wala sa akin ngayon eh. Nasa artist namin eh. Wait. Let me just make sure.
Sige. Baka meron dyan sa presentation mo. Wala.
Wala siya dito. Yes, it's a C8. That's right. Yes, it's a C8. Yan.
Cool,
So that's
cool.
it. Yeah. So to answer your question, Aaron, I haven't encountered anything like that yet, pero there might be one. Yan. Okay. So having said that, of course, ang kakailanganin mo is tahimik na kwarto. As much as possible, tahimik. In fact, it's almost the same as recording a song eh. Kailangan mo tiisin. Kung mainit, patay mo yung electric fan kapag masyado siyang malakas. Ngayon, kapag direct yung electric fan niyan or lalong kapag gumaganyan-ganyan, maririnig mo talaga, gumaganan talaga yun. Marami kami mga co-host na gano'n ang nangyayari. So, as much as possible, wag mong itapat yung fan sa'yo or patayin mo kung masyadong malakas. Okay? So, going back to the BM800 condenser microphone, okay, this goes around 500, 600. Tama ba, G?
I think I saw it the other day because someone asked me. I think it's around, it was selling in Lazada around 768 pesos. 768 pesos. Parang ganun yung amount. No? Wala pang shipping yun. Wala pang shipping fee yun. So,
Usually 40 pesos lang naman yung shipping fee.
So, mga 800 na lang. Sabihin natin 800
Ayan.
pesos.
Kasi BM 800, no?
Pero
So,
kompleto na siya. May sound card ng
Hindi
kasama
na-
external.
Yes. Ayan, yan. Okay, usually may mga BM800 na meron ng mic stand and of course what do you call this again? Yung stabilizer. Yan. I don't have a stabilizer myself, but I make, I'm kind of resourceful when it comes to things. So okay lang sa akin 'yun. Okay. All right. Okay. Si Fated
Si Neil.
Christian man.
Hi.
Christian man. Hi Neil. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi to Neil.
Hi. Kapit-bahay ko yan.
Ano ba? Diyan lang ba?
Nandiyan na sa kabilang kwarto yan.
Talaga ba? Buti hindi nagugulo si Mateo ngayon. Iniwan mo ba si Mateo?
Nandito. Patabi ka lang.
Ayan. Poging aso ni Ian.
Simpogi nang may-ari.
Christian, no? Si Fated is Christian, no? Tama ba?
Si Christian yan.
Yes, alright. So Christian, tatanong siya, may kasama po ba siyang V8 sound card? Or is this a statement? May kasama po siyang V8 sound card?
Question ba yan or statement? Di ko alam.
Yeah, to answer, basta there is a BM800 na solo lang at meron ding BM800 na may V8 sound card. Okay? So, probably yung sinasabi mong 800, around 800 is may kasama na siyang V8 sound card because nagiging mura na siya ngayon. It's a package, okay? We're gonna go to the V8 sound card a little later, okay? So, BM800 is good for speech, okay? That's it's gonna be all you need. In fact, you can actually inject it directly to your PC or your laptop.
Yeah.
At matic na.
Actually, pwede siyang mobile phone rin. Sa mobile phone na pwede.
Pwede ba? Sinubukan mo ba? Pwede.
Sinubukan natin kanina.
No, without V8.
Hindi, kailangan may V8 ka.
Yun na nga sinasabi ko. Because, mamaya pupunta tayo doon sa V8. Okay? Alright. So, pros and cons mamaya tayo sa V8. But, BM800, I'd say it's a pretty decent condenser microphone with budget-wise and sound-wise, mataas ang frequency range niya. Although, hindi siya ganun kabuo pag nag-record ka ng songs. Right? But, it's also acceptable naman pagdating sa kasi pag magaling ka naman mag-mix, pag natutunan mo mong mag-mix, kayang-kaya na ang BM800. So sulit na sulit talaga to. Okay? So let's move on from that. Let's go to the next thing. It's V8 sound card. Okay, V8 sound card is they call this a sound card, but yes, technically it is a sound card. It's a very cheap. And by saying cheap, I mean the two meanings of the word. It's it's affordable, and it's very, very low quality. Okay, but if it's for phone, okay, number one, if you're using your phone for the V8 sound card, it's gonna be decent. It's gonna be okay, kasi hindi naman talaga expected na mataas ang quality ng ng audio mo pagdating sa phone eh. Pero it's pretty decent pag sa phone gagamitin mo. However, if you use this on the laptop or the computer, low quality talaga siya. Ang boses mo ay parang halos, what do you call this? Parang pag nakinig ka ng 60 kbps na MP3, pag nakinig ka ng FM na sobrang layo na, as in sobrang compressed ng tunog niya. So, if it's just gonna be speech, yeah, that's fine. But I would suggest not using the what do you call this? I would suggest not using the ano tawag ulit doon, G? Sa mga sa mga canned sounds like the applause.
Yung mga meron dito? Ayan, yung sa harapan.
Yung mga laugh.
Mga sound effects.
Mga sound effects. Masyado talaga siyang sobrang compressed na tunog na sometimes you wouldn't even identify.
Saka ang lakas. Gusto mo samplean ko?
Sampulan mo nga, G. Go.
Anong gusto mo? Yung clap o yung cheer?
Clap, kiss, cheer. May ganun ba
dyan? madami pa. La.
Ah,
Ayan.
walang naririnig ngayon.
Wala?
Walang naririnig ngayon.
Hindi yun. Hindi siya
Hindi siya naka-set up.
Pero meron siya
That's fine.
dito na.
Basically parang ano siya, parang let me play some tracks here that I have that I use on my ito for example, parang ganun. That's an applause, right? That's an applause. But if you mga ganun. But if you use the V8 sound card for that, dahil napakaliit lang ng memory niya,
Parang siyang lata.
Lata talaga, as in lata.
Lata yung siya, Para ka nasa loob ng lata.
Let me just answer a question here. G, what's that question again? Ayun.
Pwede po.
Pwede po ba magpa-workshop on songwriting and producing? It actually depends, Neil. Kailan ang balak mo kasi...
meron tayong sa 202, yung advance.
Sa 202? Hindi, kasi sa kanya...
Kung gusto niya matuto pa, she can ask there.
This is specific sa sa songwriting and producing
Pwede na. Pwede yan si Robbie. Naku.
Sabi ni Nick, good idea to. I have lots of people who can actually help out. Let's talk, Neil. Let's talk. Yeah.
Neil, yan na. How much daw? How much kagad? How much ang alin? D-card?
Anong question to? Malaborat ba na question to? Very nice. How much? How much yung sound card, V8 sound card?
I think how much in V8 sound card? I think
yes,
that's the...
Yes, if you can specify your question, what's her name again? Mageline. Hi, Mageline. Ayun. Yes, around 700 to 800 yung no? Tama ba?
Yung parang entry level nila. 700
entry level. Yes. Yes. So you can look it up. Lazada, Shopee, Marketplace, ang dami na. Just make sure na secure yung yung payment niyo. Pamain daw ata, charot. Friends, nakikinig yung asawa ko, walang hiya ka. Sabi ko sa'yo, ayan. Okay, let's move on from the V8 sound card. This is very entry level. Yes. For budget reasons, sige, okay lang, pero I wouldn't necessarily suggest it. I would rather have you invest or save for a better one. Okay?
Pero ako, can I say something lang? I think it's for me, this one is good for training. I think, in my opinion, it's really good for training yourself kasi na hindi ka masyado, kung hindi ka naman magiging seryoso with it, at least you can train with this one and get used to the whole idea. I'm not, this is just me, like, we don't want to spend so much, and then you just want to get used to the idea of having to set up and etc. and learning how it works. Maganda rin siyang simula. Parang hindi doesn't break the bank.
That's true. If you wanna start, if you're starting out pa lang naman, that's fine. Pero ayun, murang-mura lang naman, and then later on, kung nakakuha ka na ng bago, you can probably sell it or give it to someone else na
gusto may kailangan, di ba? Parang pwedeng bumigay sa community kung sakali you develop your own and then you can give it away or as a prize. Like mine, right. We'll give it away eventually pag ano.
Yeah. I'm looking at comment here with Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Sabi niya, mas maganda raw yung Maono. And I have that one, itong V8 nga. Madali siyang masira, maganda lang pang practice. Like what Gian said. That's true. Maono, I haven't actually tried that one, or this is the first time I'm hearing of that brand. I see there's a condenser mic and there's also a mixer. Pero well, it's actually very pricey. It's very pricey.
How much is it?
In fact, yung mixer nila na is about 4,700. Yeah. If you have the money, then why not? Pero
kung nagsisimula,
ang DJ talaga siya Tapos Type-C na yung USB, so alam mo talaga na talagang high-end yun, di ba? Di ba? So yeah, that's one option. But speaking of that, let's move on from sound card to these ones. Okay, so these are the sort of the middle ground when it comes to your audio interface, basically, right? So these are mixing mixing consoles rather. Mixing consoles, mixer siya. It's used for making music, recording music, as well as playing live para masaksak lahat diyan pag sabay-sabay yung mga instruments, right? These are the small ones. What you see on the left is called the Zenix 302 USB, and that's what I use. It has that's what you call phantom power. And Amun, the other one on the right is the Amun AGM04. Okay, so it has two mics, two XLR ports for the microphone. Okay, so let me first go to the phantom power factor. Okay.
Mm.
Now, when it comes to condenser mics, the condenser mic is pretty good microphone when it comes to broadcasts and recording vocals. Pero may ikagaganda pa siya, right? And ang magpapaganda sa kanya is what you call phantom power. Phantom power is a different is ano ba tawag doon? It's an accessory. Additional accessory para sa condenser mic para mabigyan siya ng additional boost. You can actually look up phantom power online, and it has a port na sasaksakan mo ng XLR din, right? And then dadaan mo yung XLR papunta sa mixer din. So sinasaksak din siya para para mas may extra boost nga. However,
ito
go
ba,
ahead.
like, meron nakalagay dito na phantom rin sa likod na to. Yung V8. Yung
Sa
parang
V8.
meron din siya.
May switch ba siya? May switch ba siya ng phantom power?
Wala lang, parang bilog lang siya na butas.
Bilog lang siya na butas.
Oo,
Okay. So that's probably the connector for phantom power para mas maboost pa yung condenser mic mo.
Siguro,
Yeah.
siguro.
Yes. Mas actually medyo mas mahal ang medyo may kamahalan ng phantom power to be honest. So it's like you're buying a new condenser mic, but it's really worth it. Okay? So having told you about the phantom power, these ones that you see right now, these mixers, these mixing consoles, they actually have built-in phantom powers.
Wow.
Most mixers now have phantom powers, and some have switches on them para i-turn on mo ang phantom power. Now, kapag walang phantom power ang mixing console mo, hindi gagana ang condenser mic mo. Even your audio interface, because that's a different one. Audio interface is just for recording. So, kapag walang phantom power ang mixing console mo, hindi gagana ang condenser mic. Ang gagana lang ay dynamic mic. Okay? So, automatically may mga phantom power na itong mga to. Itong mga
Pero
ganito.
etong mga to, these are the pricey ones or these are the like
These are what? I think the prices are not that high naman. It will range from about 3,000 to 4,000.
you can buy this in Shopee or Lazada or something?
Yes, Shopee, Lazada, Marketplace, or sa Marketplace nandun na rin yung mga shops sa malls eh. Mga audio equipment, so doon pwede kang bumili doon. Yan.
Pero
So,
ano mas recommended mo sa dalawa na yan?
well, ako kasi tried and tested ko na yung Zenix. Yeah, Zenix talaga. What's even better, I don't know, maybe better yung Amun, pero I haven't really tried that one. Pero what's even better about this one is you have the knobs right there. Hindi mo na kailangan mag-mute at magbawas ng audio. So right now, what I'm hearing, I have these knobs, yung gitnang knob na yan. Pag binaba ko yan, hindi na kita naririnig ngayon. Naririnig ko lang yung sarili ko. Ibig sabihin, kung ako yung nag-broadcast, pinatay ko yung audio, yung background music, and whatever music is playing or yung kausap ko. Now, to the far left, kapag inaano mo tong, that's your mic. So ngayon, kapag nagpapatugtog na ako ng music or kailangan may sabihin ako dito, bababa ko lang yan. Wala yung audio, di ba? So, very easy if you use knobs talaga eh.
So, I think, so in other words, mas okay itong investan kung pag sigurado ka na at mas sure ka na talaga na ginagawa yung itutuloy-tuloy mo yung pagiging pagsimulang yung online
That's true.
show mo.
That's true.
Kasi
That's true.
kung gagamitin mo lang siya sa hobby
Mhm.
and you're not gonna do it on a regular basis,
Mhm.
parang hindi rin siya worth to spend, right? Tama ba
That's
ako?
true. That's true.
So if I think if you
oo.
go through this, pag gusto mo na lang talaga maging seryoso.
Oo. That's
So
true.
dapat pala bibili na pala dapat ako niyan para gano'n.
Exactly. Pero I feel naman kasi
ang show pala na to para sa akin na pala, no? Para kailangan, Gian, bumili ka na nito para ano ka.
No, we actually have a lot of questions and we're gonna answer them just in a bit. V8 is fine kung paminsan-minsan lang naman, pero I feel na marami dito ang mawiwili sa sa live online shows because it's kind of addicting and it serves a purpose too. You're being of service to other people too. So I feel na
worth it siya.
Pupunta talaga kayo dun.
Gets.
Right?
Sige, convinced na ako. Okay. So,
let's answer some questions.
Sige, answer that question.
Sabi ni Christian, mas better po yata mag-free software na lang or paid? Because is this a question, Christian? Because I don't see a question mark. Mas better po yata mag-free software na lang or paid? I don't use any paid software. OBS is free, right? And what else?
Zeno is free, but yung
Zeno is free. Yeah, there's no other software I use except for VLC and ano ba yung isa? Winamp. I use Winamp. I love Winamp. And OBS. Yun lang eh. So,
but I think there, if it's talking about the software that you use for not for streaming, but for streaming, I'm not so sure if it's the questions for streaming kasi you can't stream. Ang pag-problema ng OBS, you can only stream in one channel and one software, right? You can't do multiple streams, right?
Yeah.
Although
there's another one that there's actually one service that allows you to simulcast to YouTube and Facebook. It's just that yung Facebook mo is just yung personal mo. Hindi pwede yung pwede yung channel ng YouTube pero yung personal mo dapat yung sa personal mo lalabas sa Facebook. Kailangan mo magbayad kung gusto mo parehong page and channel.
Pero I think kung ano pa lang naman, kung ita-testing mo pa lang siguro, kahit na Facebook pa lang naman or kahit na YouTube lang naman i-try mo.
Yeah, we're gonna delve into that on the 202. So guys, make sure na
register kayo for 202.
202
May link.
kasi
Papadala ko yung link kung saan sila pwede mag-register.
Yes.
Yung VIP sessions. Ayan, may tanong.
Ayan. May sinasabi kanina si Franz. What's that again? David or our friend dito sa sa ating some people use din phantom power sa V8 if they are using BM800 for extra mic boost. Ayun. Yun nga yung sinasabi mo na may phantom power.
May phantom power.
Ayan. Okay. All right. So that's good. Sabi ni Neil, Recos for condenser mics for MacBook Pro. 45K budget. Hirap kasi walang USB port. Oh, yes. Okay. You're the Mac user, P. You're the Mac user.
I'm a Mac user, but I think she's referring to the laptop. I think the laptops don't have the USB ports. I'm not so sure. I think kasi parang wireless na yata lahat eh. Hindi ko sure. Kasi nasa desktop ako eh, so hindi ko alam yung tanong natin kay Neil, kapitbahay.
As long as you have the the anong tawag ulit doon, yung port hub. 'Di ba may extension ng port hub ngayon yung mga Mac? I nearly bought one before I bought this one that I use right now. I nearly bought one. It's just that sabi ko mas dadagdag pa ako para sa hub eh.
Pero I think yung question sabihin na natin assuming na may USB port. Anong yung i-recommend mo yung sa Xenix, no?
Well there are two types of condenser mics na ngayon ha. There's one that has XLR connection here. XLR is this one, 'di ba? Yung parang microphone na ano ba, wala akong sample dito eh. Yung three-pronged three-pronged connection there.
Ganun.
Okay? That's the XLR. And sometimes ang ginagamit is rekta siyang either PL, which is instrument cable, or a 3.5. Meron din ganun.
Okay.
Pero there are also condenser mics that actually have USB connections. So, ang makikita mo dito sa connector nitong sa mic mismo is gonna be
USB.
USB. Actually, it's not USB. It's printer cable. You know this? This is printer cable. Printer cable yan, tapos yung dulo niya is USB. Ganun. So, pwede kang mag-direct niyan to the laptop. Now, pag nag-search ka ng mga condenser mics na ganun, Neil, you can just look for the models that have U at the end. Kasi ibig sabihin nun is USB. So, for example, yung Samsung, meron silang C01. Meron din silang C01U, which is USB yung connector. Pero that's only for direct. Kung gusto mong direct na na yung mic mo nandito mismo. If you're gonna be using a mixing console or V8 sound card, then might as well get the XLR.
She said she had Samsung
Ayun,
C01.
not that with Samsung C01. Ayun, yun. So, yun, yung Samsung C01U, yun naman yung USB.
Pero mabilis na masira, sabi niya.
It actually depends eh. I do have friends who have the Samsung C01 and they're still using it right now. Until now, rather. Hindi ko alam eh.
Neil, baka sa mo kasi ginagamit yung ano na yan, condenser. Sa mo ba ginagamit yan kasi?
Yan, iba yung mic na sinasabi mo. Ganun. Joke lang.
Grabe, laki naman ang message na to.
Ganyan talaga si Papa Mon. Papa Monkey Lopez of Manila Bus right there. Sabi niya, Boss Rob Equiza, ang magandang i-explore is paano i-route yung audio ng DAW to OBS for streaming sa isang laptop lang without installing mga paid apps for ASIO audio routing. Pag ganun kasi makakatipid ng solid kasi instead of using a mixer pa, sa DAW na lang lahat, USB mic na lang kailangan for podcast. That's a good one, except that I haven't tried that before. I think our friends at Frolic Night, that's the band that we're friends with here, they were able to pull that off, I believe. Pero mostly if you use the DAW kasi maglalagay-lagay ka pa kasi ng material doon, i-load mo pa siya. That's from how I understand it, i-load mo pa siya bago mo pa siya mapatugtog. So para sa akin it's a lot of work as compared to my setup. But here's the thing, guys. Iba-iba ang setup ng na maraming setup na magkakaiba. So almost custom tailored ang magiging setup nyo. So depende yan sa kung anong laptop meron kayo, kung anong klaseng sound card meron kayo, kung anong klaseng microphone ang kukunin nyo. So nag-iiba-iba talaga siya. So wala siyang one size fits all. So kailangan nyo talaga magano sa 202 if you're really interested. Mag-register kayo sa 202. Kausapin niyo.
Actually may link na, papadala ko yung link. Pero tawag sa kanya VIP session. So it's really like a not really technically one-on-one, but it's like a small group lang.
Yes.
So you can actually have a
private.
Private conversations with him.
Sasayaw po si Gian dun. So
And then
okay, I have a couple more ideas. Hindi, yan na pala yun. Okay.
Sige.
I think that's it. That's it. So, ayun lang. Mixing consoles and microphone and of course your laptop. Okay. Dapat nag-start pala tayo sa internet connection. Okay? 3 Mbps packet. That's the decent upload speed para hindi delikado ang stream nyo, ang live stream nyo. Right. Nasa 2 ka, anything around 2 Mbps, medyo delikado. I was able to do it before, pero pa kasi ako radio lang, audio lang before eh. Pero now that we use videos, especially may mga music videos na kami pinapalabas ngayon sa Jam Lemon Radio, kailangan talaga as much as possible 4 is I think good na sana. Ayun.
Pwede ako mag-plug in. Gamitin nila yung GoMo. Kung nagtitipid sa... kasi may... Kausap ko lang the other day not the other day, parang a few weeks ago pala. I was talking to someone who actually uses GoMo. Nasa 5G siya na parang 30 gigabytes na for 299 pesos or 199 pesos na nga lang yata na data 30 gigabyte na data bandwidth, data cap. Parang gano'n. Pero naka 5G. Pero naka 5G siya. So kung nasa city ka, pwede ka naka 5G. I mean, at least it's an alternative that if you don't want to spend for an internet connection, you can just get that one. It's you can order it online sa Go Mode. Para akong sponsor para ako nag-plug in ng commercial para sa kanila, no? Wala naman.
Tawagan mo yung Go Mo.
But anyway, at least yung may option lang. Pero hindi lang try.
I have a question from France. Let's just read that. How about using audio interface instead of mixer? And that's a very good question, France. That's kung sino ka man, France Perez, walang hiya ka, pinapahirapan mo ako rito. Joke lang. That's something that we have to explore. Pero as far as I know, audio interfaces are basically for recording, for input talaga siya. So I wouldn't necessarily suggest it for now. Sa sa knowledge lang na meron ako ngayon. I think yung magiging problem is paano mo mapapatugtog yung music mo, background mo dito sa from your computer, because it's gonna hijack. Usually audio interfaces hijack the sound.
Built-in sound card.
Yun. So, I might be wrong, pero it's something that we have to explore first. Anyway, it's really recommended for recording, song recording, vocal recording. Not for
like this yung online show or anything.
Yes.
Good.
But if you have one, sige, let's explore that as well. We're learning too as we teach you what we know. We're also learning from other people as we go along. Okay. Lastly, okay, music. Facebook and YouTube are very sensitive when it comes to the music that you play, copyrighted stuff, and that's why right now we're playing yung kay Christian nga. And again, look for Fated Might sa SoundCloud. It's called Marshmallow Type Beat. That's what you're hearing right now on the background. So we create, kami nila dito sa Jam Lemon Radio, we have our own instrumentals. Na every type of program, it's a different type of background music that we made ourselves. And the music that we play are, of course, submitted by the artists themselves and the producers. So we have the permission, but it doesn't actually, it doesn't help us pagdating sa muting ng Facebook. Kapag copyrighted material,
yun ang question ko. Yun ang question ko, na ano ba, automatic ba yan? Kunyari, nagpe-play ako na ngayon ng live. Let's say, tapos nag-play ako ng Spotify music or sa YouTube music na sabihin natin kay Justin Bieber or sabihin natin siya. Automatic ba ng live, ika-cut niya yun? Like, kakat ni Facebook agad yun?
There's a warning, okay? Sometimes it happens, the muting sometimes happens after the program. Biglang may makukuha kang notification na
you violated.
Some parts of your video have been muted because it's copyrighted, blah blah blah. And then you just accept that. Hindi mo pwedeng i-contest 'yun. You really have just to accept that. Now, sa YouTube, you can actually refute kasi even my own music na ano nila naka-copyright nila, and I contest that, and then later on bibitawan nila kasi alam nila na ako yung gumawa talaga ng music na yun. Right. However, sa Facebook, sometimes it happens real time. Not cut the show, but you actually get the warning. So you're playing copyrighted music, blah blah blah, and then you get you get an option to end the video or resume, right? Now you
Oh.
can actually resume, sige, okay lang yan. Now if there's another copyrighted music, tapos na-catch nila real time, that's the second warning. Magsasabi na sila, if you continue, we will cut your show, we'll stop your show, and we might delete your deactivate
Page.
your page. May ganun.
Oh.
So it's actually very dangerous. Oh, mas naging strict sila noong October of last year.
Bakit? Madami kasing gumagawa?
Policing. It's
Or
kasalanan
madaming
kasi ng DJs.
violation?
The DJs actually mas dumarami na kasi yung shows noon ng mga DJs na the DJs talaga na na club DJs.
Magmi-mix
Club
ng
DJs.
music?
Oo, nagme-mix talaga. Oo. Yun, doon naging rampant ang
Ayun, tanong ko, yung mixing ba is part of it? Like, you cannot mix music?
What do you mean?
Bawal. You cannot, like, kunyari, dalawang songs, i-mix mo, gumawa ka ng, ibibagala mo yung beats per minute niya. Kunyari, pabibilisan mo ng konti, i-change mo yung beat.
Well, it's gonna be the same as playing the original music.
Oo nga, so ganun pa rin siya. I think madidetect pa rin ng Facebook rin yan. And, okay.
In
So,
fact,
technically,
sa YouTube, meron silang nadidetect na na kahit cover lang. Kinover talaga, ibang artist na tapos maano nila na, oy, this is song by ganito. So,
pero anong alternative? Let's say you cannot play music from I mean, I understand naman kasi these are written and produced and made by these artists, and this is actually their work. Of course, you have to protect, like any artist, you have to protect your work naman, no? Kaya naman nila ginagawa yan. Like, but if there are other options, what other options if you want to play, like non or mga tawag doon, royalty free ba yung tawag doon? Or
yeah,
mga-
royalty-free music, there are a lot of that. SoundCloud, YouTube. In fact, etong free for profit use daw yung sabi ni Christian, itong tumutugtog ngayon. So, ayun, just make sure that you're always crediting the artists. Just because it's free royalty doesn't mean na hindi nila
you can
deserve
just
ang
play it.
Oh,
Yeah, correct.
ayun, there are a lot of it actually. If it's just for background music, that's fine. That's fine. Tapos if you have friends who are or musicians or songwriters, you can ask them to record a specific theme for your show. So
Cool.
it's even better because you're also helping the artist, and you have a specific theme na talagang sayong-sayo lang.
So,
diba?
kaya pala kinausap na other day, no? Gian, gumawa ka ng sarili mong background music para sa
Yan, magpagawa.
Pagawa ka naman ng music.
Magpagawa ka na kasi nandiyan si Franz, so nag-aantay lang. Hi, Franz! Ano raw?
Franz, pagawa na lang daw para sa'yo.
Ayan.
May nakalagay, you will get notification. May message na siya.
Ngayon?
Ayan,
Ano
may
yun?
message na you will get a notification after
The stream, then yung video mo or stream will be deleted. Same thing happened to me when I played a song from Spotify in my stream. Sabi ni Brian Abrugar, after the stream, then yung video mo or stream will be deleted. Talaga ba? If the whole video is just the song. Pero sa amin kasi we have a 2 to 3 hour program. Sometimes it lasts for 4 hours. So it's just the parts of the song na na-catch nila may copyright. Yun lang yung dinidelete nilang part. Actually, hindi nga delete eh. Just mute. Nandun pa rin yung video. Naka-mute lang talaga. Yun.
No? Galing nila, detect nila, no?
Well, technology is, man, that's Zuckerberg like.
So, mag-recap tayo. I think this is a very interesting topic, and I think there's many things I'm sure there's a lot of questions that people are gonna be having, and then a lot of people are some people who are starting their own, show. And I would like to emphasize the reason why we started this as the first online experience of Experience Philippines is precisely because we want to encourage people to start creating communities on their own. Like, I know Neil's business, but I won't mention it here. But it's something that people
Legal naman.
Legal naman yan. So kasi iniisip ko lang kasi na may mga negosyo na kunyari gusto mo yung ginagawa mo talaga. Like mahilig ka magluto, or mahilig ka talaga magluto, or mahilig ka siguro mahilig ka mag-painting, or mahilig ka mag-artwork, and you just want to share your your talent, your
Passion.
skill, or passion to people, and gusto mo lang ikwento yung
Yeah.
paano mo ginagawa. And I think this is the best way to start building your own community.
Mhm.
Like talking about it,
Yeah.
coming out. Like ako personally, this is one of my. I'm not really comfortable in this thing scenario, but I just got.
Bakit?
Huh? Wala
Ikaw?
lang. Kasi nahiya talaga.
Ikaw?
I'm a shy person.
Mahihain ka? Anyone who knows Ian knows that that's not true at all.
Oh, hindi. I'm a shy person. Shy po akong tao. Anyway, no, and
Right.
ang gusto ko lang mangyari is that so that people are encouraged and inspired to start their own thing. You know, kahit na simpleng like you don't have to spend so much on and investing on equipment, and you can just begin it and just to see and try it out. Shy type rin daw si Fran. Hindi ka shy. Kilala kita.
Actually, totoo yan, shy type.
Shy ba?
Ano lang yan, nagbabagong anyo yan kapag nasa
Nagbaba-
Totoo yan,
Ako rin
totoo
naman, nagbabagong anyo rin naman ako.
Hindi, ano ka hunyango? Alam mo ba ano hunyango?
Hindi.
Kamili.
Malalim ng Tagalog na yun, Sige. Anyway, so recap lang tayo, Rob. Summarize na lang basically what you said. I mean, I said lang the reason why we're doing this is because we want to encourage people to start their own community programs and come up with their own online shows. And it's free, no? I mean, coming out Facebook Live, doing it on YouTube or Instagram, even TikTok. You can even do it in TikTok. So just to be able to get your expertise or your passion project out there. But on the technical side, si Rob can explain what else you can do. On a summary.
We're gonna explore. We're here to help. Make sure na ano kayo. Kung gusto niyo sa itong backstage after this, join us. Kung if you want more details, you can register sa 202 ng ng series na to. And I just would like to add na guys, anything na passion ninyo, kahit gaano ka niche ng passion na yan, you have to put it out because there are people all over the world na mamamagnetize ninyo. Meron at meron yan. Hindi kayo nag-iisa, hindi kayo kakaunti lang, hindi kayo kakarampot. Ang dami-dami, kahit anong klaseng hilig yan. Meron at meron yan. So, be the catalyst for that community because it's yung globalization natin ngayon because of the internet.
Yeah, agree.
We have to take advantage of that. Oo. Hindi na tayo limited sa katulad ng dati na ang mga magiging kaibigan lang natin is na pareho ng hilig natin is yung mga malalapit, yung mga nakikita natin everyday. No, the internet is right there. Use it to your advantage. Okay? Whatever passion that you have, let it grow and share it to other people na kahit may kaunting interest lang, lumaki yung interest nila, and give them fulfillment for these pursuits, right? I'm just gonna plug my wife's page. It's Salvage Garden PH dito sa Facebook. Of course, alam na natin marami ng plantitos and plantitas mula she started that way back bago pa nag-pandemic. But Salvage Garden PH sa Instagram as well as on Facebook. Please follow my wife.
Yep.
Yeah. Ayan. All right. Anything else, G?
Yeah. If you guys are gonna be interested in in joining us for the there's a session after this for those people who really want to go through a more intimate setting. So we have a link that we can send it to you. Just send us a message on Facebook, and then we'll send you the link. We can only accommodate like 10 people, so it's like a parang VIP session ni Rob yan. Parang backstage entrance lang yan. And then, but if you guys want to learn more and spend a bit more time with Rob on we have what we call the VIP sessions, which is on how to create your own internet show advanced version. There's a fee for that because Rob's going to be spending time with you guys on a more intimate settings and a more detailed structured. Para naman siya, hindi siya webinar type, but it's a more structured on a one-on-one activity. But you have other people joining you as well, no? So I'll send the link as well it's actually in our how do I send a link here na pala? I can just send it na lang dun sa, I can send it to Dave pa send na lang sa tao. Padala ko na lang
Ano yung
sa'yo
toasty na sinasabi
sa
niya?
chat na lang. Padala mo na lang sa chat. Anyway, so
Sinasabi
I sent
ni
it to the, Sorry?
Sabi si Dave dito, nilagay niya yung toasty sa ilalim. Although this was 7:15.
Pwede na naman, pwede naman.
What's a toasty? I don't know what
Yun
a
ang,
toasty.
yun ang link natin for later, for tonight's yung backstage. Toasty is actually I'm not a Zoom person kasi Zoom's very limited and it's not gamified and I like games a lot, so especially in very entertaining. So Toasty is another platform for virtual experiences, but they have a lot of it's a more gamified version, so there's more entertainment that goes on and it's more the idea is really to create a community out of the people who join, so there's more interaction that happens.
Interaction, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
So we'll send that as well to them. So yun. Anyway, thank you very much, Rob, for a very informative online experience.
Well, thank you for having me. And this is just the beginning, guys. So be sure to register sa 202 if you wanna go into the details of how to create your own online show.
Yes.
We're gonna help you out.
And set it up and from the beginning to the end para makapag-nanood rin kami ng inyong... I-guess nyo na rin kami kung gusto nyo i-guess kami.
Yes.
Para sayang naman yung face value namin.
Face value ng lalaking walang kulay.
Ayan, palagay ka na lang dyan, pa-makeup ka na lang kaya, no?
Ayoko. Concealer na lang para lalo. Diba?
Anyway, so ako rin nag-invite ako sa inyo for the succeeding one. So this whole February we're coming out with several what's this? Ayan, tinagin na ni Shopify link. Kasi sorry hindi pa kami we're still learning a lot of things, no. But we're coming out with a lot of online experiences. So the one that we're going to be launching next week, at least for yung biglaang launch lang, is actually the sa mga walang ka-date at walang kasama sa Valentine's, pwede kayo sumama pwede kayo sumama na lang sa amin. So we have our online pero we have our online, hindi, I have to clarify, hindi siya dating thing, hindi siya Zoom, the blind date kind of thing. It's actually an online hangout para sa mga single. Pero, may opportunity to meet other guys and other girls, so you also have your, you also have an opportunity to, makalala mo naman si Forever to, hindi natin sigurado. So, we have three, so we have, biglaang Becky for the LGBT community, for the gay guys, and then the first time for the LGBT community for the women naman, so women who are lesbians, bi-curious and all that stuff, and then we have the singles road trip Sala edition. Sala edition. So sa lahat ng mga single dyan, gusto lang makipag-meet with other single pair sa bahay. So, hindi kayo matatakot na, at least, hindi kayo matatakot sa mga, you can meet, ako mag-host. Gusto mo sumama sa akin? Mag-host tayo dalawa. So, ayun. So, i-invite namin kayo. Lalabas pa naman yan sa sunod-sunod na araw. So, and we also have, I think we have, asamang single hanggang huli.
Sumali ka na, meron sa lahat. Tingnan mo lahat actually. Applicable daw ba sa teenagers, sabi ni Christian?
Ang alin, yung single. Naman. Teka lang, define natin teenager. Kung 11, kung 13 to, ano ba yan? Anong age ng teenager? Kasi saan ang legal age, 18 and above.
18 and above, I would
18 and above tayo. Bawal pa mga bata.
Baka may magreklamo
Okay, 18 na ba? Yeah. 18 na ba tayo? 18 na ba? So yun lang. So we have a lot of online experiences. So please do join, and then and yeah, please like our page, follow us in our social media handles as well. So maraming ayan. So follow us at Jam Lemon Records on their Facebook page, and watch their show. It always happens at 6:00. I think tama na 6
6:30.
o'clock. 6:30
Ah,
in the evening, yes.
yes.
So yun. So
Yes.
thank you very much, Rob E.
Yes,
Rob E.
Yes, GNG.
Rob E.
GNG.
Maraming salamat for joining us for this So for those everyone who wants to for everyone who wants to join us for a private VIP session with Rob, just for a few minutes, like 30 minutes, you can just come join us in the link that we're going to be giving you. All right. Yun lang.
Alright.
Thank you again and have a good night. Rob, you want to say anything? Last things before we leave? Before we end the
Kung hindi
show?
pa kayo kumakain, kumain na kayo. Kung hindi pa
Gutom na nga rin ako!
Alam niyo naman. Okay, guys. Salamat.
Sige. Salamat. Thank you, guys.
Hope to see you.
Yes.
Sa backstage.
Gusto ko
and
mag-start na rin sila ng online
Yeah.
show nila.
Yeah.
Alright. Ayan.
Take care, everyone.
Thank you,
Salamat.
everyone. Salamat, guys.